What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of Members Only, the EverWash podcast. We've got another packed show for you here today. We're going to kick things off with the Wash Wire, where we're going to preview EverWash's booth at the Car Wash Show coming up in Nashville. Then we'll check in with Sean Pashley at the Car Wash, where he'll break down how operators can think about summer recruiting and hiring. After that, we're going to go deep on one of the most underrated drivers of membership success, professional car wash member support. Joining us in studio for that conversation are Sue and Kate Lorenzen, EverWash's membership support managers, and two of the people most responsible for keeping members happy and operators sane on a daily basis. Then we'll call up Steve Chill in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, a wash partner who has grown his operation consistently since joining EverWash in July of 2023. Steve's going to share what's working, what's changed, and what's keeping operators busy this time of year. We'll wrap things up with Suds and Stuff, where we've got a playoff series to talk about and some cross-state grievances to air on the show. Also new this episode, we've got a voicemail line and an email address we wanted to share. So if you've got a question, a topic you want us to cover, or just want to sound off on what's new in the industry, give us a call at, I'm going to make sure I get this right, 215-259-8048, or shoot us an email at podcast@everwash.com. We want to hear from you, and we'll answer your questions right here on the show. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to follow or subscribe us wherever you're listening, and leave us a review if you haven't already. It really does help. So without further ado, here's episode 4 of Members Only, the EverWash podcast. You're listening to Members Only, the EverWash podcast, a monthly conversation focused on membership, growth, and what actually works for busy car wash operators. I'm Max Pulcini, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Villella. Chris, good to have you back. What's going on?
Glad to be here, Max. What's going on? It's that time of year. The green gold or yellow gold, as Sean calls it.
Pollen season, baby.
Pollen season, baby. I got in my car 2 weeks ago in the office, put my windshield wipers on, and it went, whoosh, made that nice yellow line. So makes a lot of people very happy in our car.
How quickly after did you go to the car wash to get that wash?
On my way home. I went right over to EverWash Unlimited, ran it right through. Could have ran it through the next day too.
Yeah, you're definitely taking advantage of that membership on your end, aren't you?
I am taking advantage. I'm lucky I have paint on the car at this point.
Right on. Well, we are excited to be here. We have a show coming up about 2 weeks after this show publishes. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We obviously have a few awesome guests both in person this week and calling in. So excited to get into that. But before we dive in, a couple of quick housekeeping items to go through. First off, if you haven't followed, subscribed, liked the show, please do so wherever it is that you listen. You can always keep up with us on our YouTube channel, and always be sure to follow us on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're always posting new content, new episodes, new clips, new information about what's new and working over at EverWash. And then the second thing I wanted to talk about is really exciting development. We have a phone line now, believe it or not. You know, those are things that people still use, phones.
Do you think that we'll get some sales leads on that line?
I sure hope so. I mean, that'd be great, right?
I would like to get some live call-ins from operators.
I want to get a landline right here, a red phone.
It rings.
We can pick it right up. And
absolutely.
So look, guys, what we need is for you to call in. So we have a brand new phone number for you to call. It's 215-259-8048. Please call, leave us a voicemail. Let us know what's going on. We will play it live on the show and react to it. So have some fun with it.
Have some fun. We told you episode 1, we are here to have fun. We don't want to be buttoned down. We never will be. Yeah, we love feedback.
And of course, for those of you who are a little bit more bashful than the rest of us, maybe don't want your voice played on air, you can always shoot us an email, podcast@everwash.com. Please let us know what's on your mind.
Can we get those cards like Bob Barker used to have on The Price is Right? Like they look like they were like 6x8.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Letterman used to have and throw through
and then
the glass.
throw them away, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Yeah, guys, we're building the show around real conversations that operators are having. So let us know what's on your mind. We'd love to hear from you. Yes. Chris, anything else on your mind before we kick off the show here?
We talk a lot about ICA. We talked 40 minutes last month about it. We don't need to go 40 minutes again, but as I said to you, like we both looked at each other today earlier, and it's like it's coming together. There comes a point in trade show prep, and whether you're a vendor, whether you're a car wash, it all just comes together at some point. Today was that day. So we moved from planning strategy to now the exciting part. And there'll be a whole team from EverWash down there, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really excited as well. And we will have some live content shot right from the show floor.
Right from the new booth that shout out to Ryan Caldwell designed, and
Absolutely.
Our vendor, or excuse me, our trade show partner Matrix down in Westchester. Both did a fantastic job. We're really looking forward to rolling the booth out. New design, and far more interactive, far more spacious. And we've always done good at the show. And it, like you said, next time we come back, we're going to have some takeaways, some live shots from the show. And you'll get to hear Max this time instead of me stumbling over the lavalier mic.
Right on it. And we'll give you a bit more details and a little bit on the wash wire segment. We'll give you the booth info and let you know what we'll be presenting there. But, let's take a quick break, and we'll hit it on the other end with the wash wire, and we'll go a little deeper in.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Keep it locked here on Members Only, the EverWash podcast. Welcome back to the show. It's time for this month's Wash Wire, where we're going to cover the stories and updates shaping EverWash and the car wash industry. Like we just talked about in the intro, Chris, there's one thing on top of everyone's mind this month, and that's the Car Wash Show, sponsored by the ICA.
Yes.
It's coming up in Nashville, May 11th through 13th.
Yes.
And we'll be in booth 1155. Both EverWash and Coinless will be present at the show. We're out there to show the latest and the greatest, the best of what we've got cooking right now in the oven, in the lab. Chris, why don't you kind of give a little rundown of what folks can expect from the EverWash and Coinless team?
Yeah, before I get started, I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you again to Kendra Johnson last month.
Absolutely.
Great feedback from industry people who've heard that, and herself, and she really said she enjoyed it. Not nearly as much as you or I enjoyed it. That was for a third show. That was like a high end guest for us. So thank you again, Kendra. What we're looking forward to, again, as I mentioned in the open, there is discussions. I'm going back to what I said about Southwest. We're going to talk to partners. We're going to talk to prospects. We're going to learn more about the industry. Really excited about the second floor. As Kendra said, learning about all the new companies at the show. I read yesterday, Max, they have a preview, so we can go like the day before. Take a little tour.
We'll be there.
Absolutely will be. So I'm looking forward to the team. I'm excited. I think one thing Kendra said, and it's really smacked me in the face for a month. While we're in that booth, that's our office.
We're there to work.
We are there to work between the hours 11 and 5 p.m. Get to know you, get to learn more about your washes. Whether you're a prospect, current customer, strengthen relationship, you know what? But also get to enjoy a little bit of Nashville while we're there.
100%.
So.
Some hot chicken, a little bit of Broadway in our system, a little bit of live music.
Yes.
When I say a little bit of live music, I mean a whole lot of live music.
A whole lot of live music.
We're actually going to have live music in our booth.
Dylan Lindemuth, performing at our booth again, who lives in Nashville. I'm a friend of his father's from college. He's down there pursuing his dream with his band in November Blue. So we're looking forward to that. And we're looking forward to, where we're looking forward to hearing some live music.
Oh yeah, always.
We talked about it last time. We don't need to bring up the Pink Building again, but Max and I will be at Tootsie's at some point listening to all the music.
All three levels for sure. And the thing I'm looking forward to the most, and I think what I really want to explain to our audience here, our listeners, is you're not going to be greeted by just a sales team in the EverWash booth. We're actually really well represented, whether it is our sales reps, who can obviously be a source of any information for you guys, any questions you have about membership. We're also going to have Sean Pashley, who you all know from the podcast, from At The Wash, talking about membership growth and how to take your wash to the next level. We're going to have April Lawson from our account management team. First time we're going to actually get to see her in person.
It's 3 years, 3 years in May, I believe. And Max and I have never met her in person yet. So one employee has met her in person.
So it'll be really great to have her on site, talking to not only her accounts, but giving the account manager's perspective on membership growth and what our team does to really take washes to that next level. Who else we got? We got Scott Kaplan, of course, our fearless leader.
And then Mark Leventhal, our Chief Operating Officer, and future podcast guest. He's going to be down there seeing what's new and exciting in the industry and how EverWash can leverage that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have an awesome team out there. So again, I know we've been harping on questions and letting us know what your thoughts are. Maybe hold on to those questions and don't call into the voicemail line quite yet, because we're going to be there on site in Nashville, ready to answer your questions and share the reasons why we think membership is really the way to go in today's economy and in today's industry. But yeah, so again, booth 1155. We're excited to see you. We're excited to provide you with some live content right from the show floor. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Sean Pash is going to be doing his At the Car Wash segment, and then we'll hit it with our interviews in-house. So keep it locked here on Members Only, and we'll see you all in a little bit. Welcome back to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. Before we get to our in-person and call-in interviews for the day, we want to hit up Sean Pashley for our latest ride at the car wash.
At the car wash.
This is where we get our boots on the ground look at what operators are seeing and doing across the industry. This month, Sean is actually not at the car wash, as we'll see. He's actually in office because he's tackling something that's on every operator's minds heading into the summer, and that's recruiting and hiring, but not just hiring like you'd think. Sean's got a full philosophy on this, and he's calling it guerrilla hiring. Because if you're not staffed right, you're leaving money and members on the table. So without further ado, Sean, take it away.
Hey, Max and Chris, you may notice I am not, in fact, at the car wash today. I am at the EverWash World headquarters because I wanted to take some time, really dedicate some uninterrupted time to this really important subject. Today, we're going to talk about finding, sourcing salespeople. Okay. When I was on the podcast, I talked briefly about my guerrilla hiring tactics, which really just means spending the time, right? Putting in the effort. I hear consistently out in the industry that the number one thing holding people back from profitability and membership is a salesperson. So guerrilla hiring says, if that's the most important thing that you need to be financially successful at your car wash, then you should be spending time commensurate with that problem on finding a solution. So you should be spending a half hour every day thinking about what you can do to find people and a half hour executing on that. The days of hanging up the now hiring sign and getting in good talent, those are long, long gone. So again, with guerrilla hiring, it means getting out and networking. People should always know that you're hiring. They should always know that you compensate people well and you treat people well. When you're out getting lunch, if you're at Wendy's, give away a business card and say, hey, come try us out, get a free wash. I'd like to talk to you about a job. Always be networking, always be giving great personalities your business card, because what we're looking for is personality. We can train everything else. EverWash has the tools to help you train personalities and help them become salespeople. We can't train personality and we can't train the want, okay? You need to find those two things, someone with a great outgoing personality and someone who wants it, so that they won't be daunted by the no's that you tend to get from time to time. Where do you find those people? Again, I talked about it. They're all over where you live. Whether you're a small town or a big town, they're everywhere. You just have to find them because you have to consistently and constantly be looking for them. College job boards are great, especially when we're talking about someone with a marketing or a business degree that they're seeking. Those people can help you long after they leave you with inexpensive marketing support, right? So that's what we're looking for. But ultimately, guys, and most importantly, we're not looking for a salesperson. We're looking for salespeople. Heck, at our car wash, we won't even hire towel dryers that don't have a great personality anymore, because I want to train people for the rainiest of days. Think about your car wash as an NFL team. You're the general manager. You'd be remiss if you weren't out looking for new talent in case your best salesperson signs a bigger contract elsewhere, right? So it's your job to find those people, get them trained on the rainy days. And if you do lose your best salesperson, you've got somebody in the ranks that's willing to step in. Being reliant upon a salesperson is really, really difficult. So that's it. EverWash has your support. Reach out to your account managers. They've got great Indeed ads. They've got the word tracks and everything you need. Chris, Max, I think that should probably be enough to talk about. Let me know if you need anything. Go membership.
Thanks, Sean. That was awesome. I love it. Guerrilla hiring. That's the kind of mindset shift that I think operators really need, because most people are treating hiring like it's a reaction, right? They're not going on the offensive with it. Sean is like treating it like something you got to be on the attack of, but also a daily discipline, something to always have your ear to the ground for. Chris, you've seen a lot of membership programs launch. You've seen a lot of membership programs launch without any sales support there.
Yes.
How common is it to see a membership program is underperforming simply because there isn't someone selling, or the person selling isn't the right fit?
It's literally the number one reason. And there's, I don't want to say there's not a close second, but depending on the wash type, we go over, we've spoken about it, but Sean hits the nail on the head. He always has. This has always been a passion of his, making sure you're properly staffed, get that person in there who's really going to drive a difference. And he said something to me early on at EverWash where he said, if your salesperson is not your highest paid employee, something's not right. That should be that person. And his whole demeanor, you see on hiring, the way he approaches it, the way he consults on it, it's really best in class in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing that really resonates is the idea of being personality first, not skill set, right? Just because someone hasn't been a salesperson in the past doesn't mean they can't. You can understand if someone's going to be a good salesperson just by having a conversation with them. They're an engaging person, right? So you're not looking for a salesperson. You're looking for a great personality. And one of the things that Sean brings to the table, that EverWash brings to the table is the training, the word tracks, the sales pitches that can help take a golden personality and turn it into a rock star salesperson.
Yeah, it's really the driver behind growing your membership, and it can easily, and I don't want to say easily, it definitively has the highest impact on membership sales. So with Sean's comments and his At the Wash segment this week, I'll be curious to see what Steve Chill says later, because Sean obviously managing EverWash Unlimited, but Steve's a whole nother animal, as I'm sure you guys are going to see, and I'm really curious to hear what he has to say on it.
Yeah, 100%. Just two more things that Sean mentioned that I want to touch on. One is the college job board angle and looking to local universities and colleges for talent. These are folks that are hungry, looking for, what we would call beer money, right? But if you look for someone who's maybe a marketing or a business major, this is also somebody who could assist you with social media, with your local marketing, your digital marketing. Maybe you look to the local art school and you hire a graphic designer to do some flyers for you, some new signage or posters for you. So I really like the idea of looking for the young talent, the hungry talent. And who knows, you might find your new marketing officer down the line.
You never know, because, you think college, you're only thinking, oh, they're only available for 3 to 4 months a year. And no, there's the college kids I know or I have known, they'll work you around, and you 100%. Find a good one, like you said, who has a specific skill set and wants to get that practical on the ground experience. That's a win-win for everybody.
100%. And then the last thing that Sean said, we always talk sports on the podcast. We're big sports guys. Sean, almost probably chief among us.
Yes.
He mentioned approaching hiring like a sports general manager would approach team building. Stop thinking about hiring one great attendant and focus on people that are going to be there forever. You don't want to give out 1-year contracts to journeyman quarterback every year. You want to get a guy that you can. The Steelers know a thing or two about that. Sorry,
Max.
Touch a sore subject.
Max. Thank you.
But you want to get your franchise quarterback. You want to get your 5-year deal that you're going to extend after 2 years. To talk about a sore spot with my quarterback.
Yes.
so that was really a really great way to understand it. Chris, from a sports perspective, how would you coach an operator on the idea of building the deep bench instead of just looking for your band-aids, your stopgaps, your part-time help?
And it is, to use a sports analogy, it really starts with the general manager in consultation with the coach.
Right.
What do we need? What do you need to be successful? So the owner to the GM, somebody managing the car wash, what do we need? What do you want to be successful? You're literally handing the keys to your car wash over many times to the general manager. And a lot of times the owner operator is the general manager and the coach.
Right.
So you want to,
the player coach,
speaking of Bill Russell, shout out. But you want to build that bench and get them in a right seat based on their level of experience. You said a college kid, new, start from the bottom up, learn the whole business. Let them dictate their journey. More often than not, you're going to be successful. Best thing about that is you may have a long-term employee and you may have somebody that's only there for 4 months. It's a constant learning mechanism for you. If for every 1 or 2 that fail, you're probably going to have 6 hires that succeed. And you learn from those. And over time, it builds a really good operation, good bench, and ultimately a good team.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the topic of teams, Sean is the greatest quarterback to have on our team when it comes to customer success. But not only is Sean on your team, so is your EverWash account manager. So be sure, if you're a wash partner already, reach out to your account manager. They have Indeed job postings and sample job descriptions, things to help you get going on the right path if you feel like hiring is in your business's near future. So you always have us behind you in your corner, so you're not building any of this stuff from scratch. Great. So as a reminder, Sean's going to be taken off the next episode, and we'll be welcoming Jane Lee back onto the show for Data Drip in episode 5. So I know I'm looking forward to that.
Always look forward to Jane's information.
So cool. Well, we'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we've got some very special in-studio guests joining us to talk about one of the most important, if not the most overlooked piece of a successful membership puzzle, and that's customer support. So stay right here on Members Only. We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to Members Only. We talk a lot on this show about technology, about data, about marketing, all the pieces that go into a successful membership program. But one of the most consistent differentiators between programs that grow and programs that stall is something a little less flashy, and that's member support. And I'm not just talking about tech support. I'm talking about real professional human support for members, for operators, and for everybody in between. So joining us in studio today are 2 people who live that every single day. We have Sue Lorenzen and we have Kate Lorenzen right here. We have EverWash's membership support managers. They are sister-in-laws. They are friends for more than 2 decades. And they came to EverWash through an acquisition of JetSpring, which was a best-in-class contact center with deep roots in the car wash industry. Together, they lead the team responsible for making sure that EverWash members get the help they need, that operators get the answers that they're looking for, and that nobody falls through the cracks. So, Sue, Kate, welcome to Members Only. How's it feel to be on the show?
Feels really good. So natural. It's very exciting.
So let me ask a question. Since we have a wide shot here, you guys will be on YouTube. Who's Sue? Who's Kate?
I'm Susan.
I'm Kate.
Okay, just so we know.
Very helpful. Good call out,
you.
Chris.
I caught that.
Yes. Good job.
So guys, thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate having you in studio today to talk about really, like what I said earlier, like an under-realized lever that exists out there in the industry. You guys are such a key component to the service that we offer. So I want to just take a little bit of a look at what you guys do day to day. What's the job actually look like?
For me, I kind of manage all of the agents, the supervisors, and I get on in the morning, check Slack for all the notifications from the agents overnight, check emails, and go through the scheduling to make sure everybody is here and make sure that anybody asking to request off or put PTO in, that I go in and approve that. And Kate is one of our supervisors, so when she gets on in the morning. She takes over a lot more of the hands-on with the agents.
Yeah.
More so than I do.
What's that look like, Kate?
Susan is basically my immediate go-to boss. She's directly above me, so she's been actually bossing me around for like 20 years. So
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Now I just get paid to be bossed around by her.
It's actually not a bad deal if you look at it like that.
Well, no, it's not. It's not terrible. But I have my morning routine a lot like Susan does. I have two counterparts. I have Jenny and Oscar. They're also supervisors, amazing people. And, the first thing I always do is I go through escalations from the overnight hours, the hours that the phone lines were not operational, which is just a very small part of the night. And I just go through some of those questions.
Yeah.
From other
Yeah, we
from
got to
agents.
tie back on the sister-in-law thing here. So
Yeah.
obviously you're married to brothers.
Yes.
Correct. I knew that. I know that. I work with them. We do talk. I have lunch every week with Susan when I'm there. When she's there, I should say. And I'm sure she's had enough of me. But
Yeah,
other
we
than
share
that,
a type.
yeah. Yeah, it must be the name type. But what about the working dynamic? Have you found any challenges in that? I come from a company in my past, and I talk about my past job. It was they promoted family working there, whether it was husband and wife in different departments or in-laws or brother and sisters. And I know the unique dynamic sometimes, but how's it been? How long has it been, first of all, you've been working together?
We've been working together. We started at JetSpring together. So we've been about 14 years working together. And I think it actually works out good because we know each other. We know each other's moods. We know each other's what they're thinking. So we can also say like, all right, just leave me alone for a minute. I have to concentrate and get this done.
And I don't get offended I don't get offended and she doesn't get offended if I'm like, I need a minute. I'm overstimulated. Please just
There's been many
back off.
times.
I have to say, living the dynamic for decades, and you wouldn't even know you two are related on any level, just being in the office.
Yeah.
And I can say this with almost certainty, you never let it get outside the office.
No.
Once you
Yeah.
guys are home, your sister-in-laws.
Yes.
That's true.
And that's what really makes it work, in my opinion, because I've seen both ways.
Yeah.
And it's just you feel that tension, you feel that negativity, but you guys work off each other. I've dealt with both of you on the support aspect. I've heard from clients, I've heard from members, I've heard from a multitude of people, and I've never heard anything negative. So that's a credit to you too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys kind of mentioned JetSpring. I kind of mentioned it in your little intro. For folks who don't know, EverWash acquired JetSpring, which was a contact center back in 2023. We've always put an emphasis on member support at EverWash, and we felt like, to take it to the next level, we needed to bring in some backup, some reinforcements, and along came the cavalry right here. So why don't you guys explain what that was, what you guys did there, and what that's looked like since you've come under the EverWash umbrella?
So JetSpring is a chat service for colleges and universities. So I started off back in 2011 as a chat agent at JetSpring, and a year later, Kate started there also as a chat agent, and we would answer questions for prospective students coming into different colleges and universities all through the U.S., asking questions about tuition, what kind of programs they offer, and all kinds of stuff like that. Shortly after, I was promoted to a supervisor and then moved up to like a manager. So it was all chat, so it wasn't voice. I don't remember the year, but I came to EverWash with the CEO of JetSpring and also my direct boss, and met with Mark Leventhal and Joe Kingston, and there was a couple other people there. I know Scott was there, and we talked about working with you guys to do a voice side. We were talking about it. We got through wanting to make the change and just try to see what it would be like. So kind of do like a trial and see how it works. So I decided I wanted to come in and work with Joe and learn the business and learn how the whole car wash business works and what you guys do. So I worked with Joe for about a week. I came into EverWash. I was there for a week, worked with Joe. I came in the following week and I shadowed 2 different agents. I watched them take calls, I answered questions, and then the following week I did a whole knowledge base, built that for our agents of what they would need to be able to do this job. And then I worked as an agent answering phones for the whole following week from like 8 a.m. to noon. And we kind of got that up and running. And we added the voice side to JetSpring. And then, like you said, back in 2023, you guys have acquired us. So we had all that time to really get it to a good point where we were able to really manage it really successfully.
Awesome. So what was the biggest difference between, I guess there's 2 parts of this. One, doing chat support and then transitioning to voice. And then part 2 is, what was it like going from servicing students and university folks to car wash members? What are some of the biggest differences you see there?
So the biggest thing was going from chat to voice was now you're on the phone. Before, everything was digital. You're answering people on like chatting, and you can do 3 or 4 chats at a time, and there was no problem. And doing voice, you could handle 1 at a time. You're also, if the customer is upset or mad, or you're hearing it, you're not just hiding behind a screen and the keyboard. So that was a little challenging, but then at the same time, I found that was very rewarding because I felt like I was able to help them and really walk them through what they were doing and what they needed to do. I actually really enjoyed it. As much as I was like, oh, now I'm gonna have to be on the phones, but I really enjoyed it, and I thought that it was a great change. Yeah. It was way different from doing chat and handling students.
Right.
So it was. I liked it.
Any thoughts on the difference between a university student or a prospective university student and a car wash member?
Oh, God.
There are no similarities.
Yeah,
I feel like the prospective students were like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and just excited to like chat with us. And, you don't have that same experience on the phone when
definitely not.
Someone's stuck, can't get into their app
So
because
when
they
that
don't know their
happened, they
password.
transitioned totally away JetSpring from.
So we
Chat.
actually had 2 sides. We had a voice side, and then we had the chat side. So I ended up getting moved over to the voice side, and we got that rolling. And then a couple of years later, Mark Lindbergh came on board, and he kind of like came in and helped manage that voice side. So Mark and I were then acquired by EverWash in 2023, and it was quite interesting.
I think we won that trade, Chris.
Yes.
Absolutely. I was very excited.
It was touch and go for a few months, but they say you never know the full effect of a trade till years down the road.
That's right. That's right.
Waiting to find out.
3 years later.
We're good. We're good. We wouldn't change a thing, let me say that.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
nice.
that's so nice.
So let's talk a little bit more about, something that is totally different from a university student. That's a car wash member. So how about you walk us through what a member actually experiences when they reach out for support? What can they reach out for help with? How are they reaching out? How does that conversation begin?
We get so many calls in a day from members and even some non-members. A lot of times a non-member will reach out to tell us, oh, the equipment is out of soap, or, a roller's not working or something like that. And from there, our agent on the phone can say, well, I'm really sorry. I can report this to the car wash, but this is the membership line. And from there they can that's a lead.
Right.
And there have been memberships started just
Absolutely.
by customers of the car wash, patrons of the car wash, just reaching out to us by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sometimes our agents are salespeople.
Plus, other things that they call in for is like they might have a question about the car wash, or, there's still soap on my car wash. What can I do? And we have the ability to remote start them and let them go through again. And like Kate said, by that experience and them getting the positivity from us of like, hey, they're going to let us go through again, even though it's once a day, because I had an issue, then we do acquire them and they're like, oh, I'm going to come back because I had a good experience.
Yeah, that's huge. I know we talk about support as a churn reduction measure, right? Like people are less likely to cancel when they have a problem. They have someone to talk to, but this is kind of something that people don't think about. And that's how we are an active salesperson, almost like an extension of the attendance, right? Or in the case of a wash that doesn't even have attendance, you know, you guys are maybe the first human soul from the car wash that anyone's ever spoken to.
And the agents, they really do listen. They have empathy. They have sympathy. They let the customer finish before they just jump in and answer. And they really do make the customer feel like we care and we're here to listen to what you have to say and get you through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because that's just something that Sean Pashley brought up in the At the Car Wash segment earlier is you're really looking for personalities when you're talking about car wash attendants. I think the same thing is in play for you guys and the type of staff you're looking to fill those roles. It's not someone who's good at tech support or someone who's really like, in the weeds with, the remote start aspect of it. You need someone who can just level with people and just carry the conversation anywhere it needs to go, right?
Yeah. Where we like it when an agent can like meet a member where they are in the conversation, and they help out with everything. A big problem is like credential, like logging in. Sometimes they get logged out. We have, like we said, remote start issues. If they have issues scanning at the wash or they don't know how, we have some really amazing agents who just like walk them through that flawlessly.
So Kate, on the agent side, what do you do from a training aspect though to get them to that point? Generally, people either have an exorbitant amount of contact center, call center, help center experience, or you get somebody with, like Max said, that personality.
Yeah.
What does your team do from a training aspect?
From a training aspect, we take a couple of days, and me and myself and Susan and Jenny and Oscar will like hop on and show your prospective agent the platforms that they'll be working with, the email, the phones, and from there, after we let that simmer with them for a few days, we'll start them on digital. So they're taking digital interactions only. They're not yet on the phone taking live calls, and we think that just helps them get a handle on what these conversations are like that they'll be having, but with a less pressure situation. So they're not on the phones with, a live person on the other phone or the other end of the line. So yeah, we like to do that. And then after a few days, we just put them on the phones and hope for the best.
Well, the formula must be working because a lot of positive feedback. And Susan, from your perspective, when you're hiring somebody, what's the one or two things you look for in a prospective new agent?
Oh, that's a good question. Somebody who you feel like can talk to the members and can think for themselves and kind of we have a knowledge base that they can go off of, but we need them to be kind of tech savvy to be able to navigate the couple different platforms that we have, as well as the knowledge base, and be able to, look at everything at one time. But I also look for somebody who has a good work ethic that you can kind of see that too. Right. Pretty much after like the first day of kind of going through the process and going through the knowledge base and maybe asking them some questions, you can get an idea whether they're going to make it or not.
You leaned on empathy in your prior comment, and I lived empathy, and I live empathy to this day. We all do. And people aren't calling to say hi.
No.
In your world. I understand that, and they weren't in my previous world. When I would meet with the teams, the new agents, even experienced agents, if you can win them in the first 10 seconds of that call, you have it.
Disarm them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even say disarm them, but empathize with them. And you made a great point. Meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
That's the key to taking those kind of inbound calls. Because again, they're not calling to say hi, great wash. They're calling to say, hey, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. This thing isn't working.
Yeah.
Or I'm out of soap, like you said. And every call is won in the first 10 seconds.
Absolutely. And our agents really do a great job with doing that. They listen to what they have to say, whatever their complaint is, or maybe it's something good, but they listen, which is the first thing. And then if they come in with like a very calm voice and just say, I understand your frustration. I let me see what I can do to help you. We have most of our agents are just phenomenal with that, and they can really take excuse me, take a customer that comes in hot and really tone them down. And the end of the conversation, they're like best friends. So
That seriously sounds
Yeah.
like that's okay.
Sounds
And they
like
call
a couple
back
of
in the
our
future
agents.
and they ask for the same person.
That's true.
They do.
do that.
They
They gain that
absolutely
level
do.
of comfort.
They
Trust
have
me,
a
I've been there.
favorite. They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
favorite.
It's all loyalty in the end, right?
But I've done it myself. I've done it myself with personal purchases. Like,
Yeah.
how do I get a hold of you?
Yeah, because you got me through and you knew what I needed, and I will keep coming back. But yeah, they do. They feel that comfort level, and which is great. And
That's
our
awesome.
agents really do a great job with that.
So, Kate, you kind of mentioned some of the things that people call about, password reset issues, problems activating the wash, maybe, remote started internet outage, causes difficulty. But a lot of the stuff is also just like general maintenance things about the location itself, right? Like, hey, I noticed the garbage hasn't been picked up, or what are some other kind of like common calls that you guys get, whether they're membership related or outside of membership?
So we'll often get calls where a member will tell us, oh, this location, there's like a weird smell, or like there's, especially in the winter months, there's ice, there's like a sheet of ice, and I can't even get into the thing. The doors are frozen shut, like whatever the issue. A lot of those locations, they are unmanned locations,
Right.
meaning that there's not a live person working there and operating at any moment.
Right.
So what we do on our side is our support agent will then, they'll send an alert, and that way those issues can be resolved more quickly than if there was just like a blind spot and there was no one there to even realize, oh, this trash is overflowing, this door is stuck shut. Like we have our agents on top of that for them.
So, the agents are essentially acting as like a set of eyes and ears
Absolutely.
for the car wash operators who
Absolutely.
might not be on site every day.
Exactly.
That's super helpful. And it's also cool how, it's the customers, not even the members in some cases, folks on site are out there kind of looking out, in that regard as well. And I think that's also important. Like how are customers, how are non-members getting a hold of you guys? Like why is that the case?
I would say our number is posted for members at most of the pay station or the kiosks. And so they see that phone number and no matter what the
pick it
issue
up.
is, they are calling that number.
Yeah.
So, from there we can just report any issue to management.
I think that's one of the most important factors of the member support that EverWash provides is we put our phone number up there so that way car wash operators, you're not getting called at 9:00 at night when something isn't working, or when it's something as benign as, hey, have you taken the garbage out? Of course you're taking it out at 7 a.m. the next morning, but someone wants to let you know now. It's nice for you to not get that call, for you folks to get that call, and then disseminate it back in the most productive way possible.
Right.
That's awesome. Do you have any specific story you want to share? A specific member that maybe called really heated and you guys really took care of, or is there anything that really stuck with you?
I'm thinking.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Of Esmeralda's
Yeah.
call?
It's not a heated one though, but it's just a funny
started
one.
a little heated.
A little bit.
Let's hear it.
Okay, an elderly gentleman caller reached out, and one of our absolute star agents, Esmeralda, she's been with us forever, before me.
Yeah.
Before you?
No.
No? She's incredible. Anyway, this elderly gentleman called, and they were being billed twice. So what happened was, between him and his wife, they had created 2 memberships to wash the same vehicle,
Right.
which we are, on our side, I always call it dupe. It's a dupe.
It's dupe.
So he called really upset. By the end of the call, and Esmeralda, who has a super charming accent, she's just amazing.
Yeah.
She helped him out, and he was so taken with her, and he ended the call and he was like, "Thank you so much, Esmeralda. And you have a very sexy voice." And she was like, "Oh, thank you." And she just
Diego, reference back to Scott Kaplan's visit. What we did with a few of his comments.
Flattering for sure. Creepy.
A little
He was
bit.
a older guy. It was just so
A lot of it.
cute. He shot his shot.
But his wife said.
Well, good for him and good for Esmeralda to provide that level of support.
Is Esmeralda still with us?
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Shout out Esmeralda.
Yes.
Couldn't do it without you.
Hats off.
And I apologize on
for-
behalf of men everywhere.
Yes.
We all just laughed. Like, it's the support team. I shared the call and everybody's just laughing.
Like, I apologize on behalf of older men.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Well, let's shift gears a little bit here. We just talked about the member side of support and what you do for the folks calling in. You guys also provide support to our wash partners, the car wash operators who are who have no shortage of issues and questions and thoughts. So, what kind of things do operators usually call with and come to support regarding?
I mean, I feel like they come to us with a lot of the same issues. They would be considered our VIP callers, and they would call in on a separate line.
Right.
A lot of times they'll be helping some of the elderly customers that are there that don't know how to work a phone or don't know how to work their app, trying to get their password reset, trying to figure out why they have 2 memberships, like Kate said, with dupes, why they're being charged multiple times. So they'll call in a lot of times so we can help them out with that. Do you have anything?
Sometimes they'll just log themselves out of their own account, like the test accounts to like run the car wash, and our agents will walk them through that and get them all settled in again. But I think they do call on behalf of members a lot, and it's a lot of the same issues.
Which is a great mark of a great operator when they're taking the initiative to we were talking before the show, and you're saying how a lot of the times when you're talking to an operator, it's when there's a member right in front of them and they're kind of facilitating, being the middleman of the conversation. Which, again, like, we want to empower members and customers to reach out on their own. Numbers everywhere. You can easily get support within the app, but the fact that an operator will take the time and the energy to really walk them through it, I think is awesome. Awesome behavior on the business owner's side.
Yeah.
Could I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
I
Are
know
you on your phone right now?
That is my phone right now because I don't remember all these numbers I'm about to read off. Owners, managers, if you're listening, watching, whatever you do on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, remember the VIP support line. This was created by the team about 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. It's dedicated to owners, operators, and managers who need immediate assistance, which Max, 267, write this down, 267-762-2739. You've gotten plenty of emails on it. Utilize it. The great team will take care of you, and it's there for a specific reason. So make sure you call that number if there's an issue.
I've heard more phone numbers today on the show than I've heard, usually I'm just used to sending, here's Crystal Ella's contact card. I haven't said a phone number out loud in forever.
No, I just wanted to make sure, because I know the efforts that went in to build that and to
100%.
man it, and to make sure it's very important that you as an operator, manager, take advantage of this.
Yeah, and if we're talking about the managers too, like, we work closely with the account management team too. Like, we are like the first line of defense when it comes to like issues that we're hearing from the members. And some of those issues, like, I know that there's like a closure right now. There was like a typhoon or something in Guam.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that did affect, operations at, I think, a couple of our locations.
Fantastic owner, by the way.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's good for us to reach out to us and let us know, and then we'll, reach out to your account manager for you if
that's the case. Because a lot of times, if we have one call that comes in saying like the location's closed and we don't know anything about it, the owners don't know anything about it, the account managers don't, that's how we're going to find out too.
Yeah.
If it's something out of the ordinary. So that way we can, like Kate said earlier, we can escalate that to the account managers. They can then reach out and find out what's going on. So we can then know for any subsequent callers to say, hey, we're closed because of this.
Right.
The amount of times we bother account management in a day is
It's not a bother. It's their jobs.
Not a bother. It's their jobs.
This is part of account management.
Yes.
So to wrap on the operator side, when you're talking to these operators, or when you hear that an operator may be skeptical about the value of support, maybe they think they can handle it on their own. You know, maybe they think they can put just their cell phone number on their signage and they can handle it. What usually changes their mind? Is it the call at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday, or what do you think really kind of solidifies the value that you guys bring to the table for car wash operators?
I think the call at 10 p.m., the call at 10:03, the call at 10:05. I think the amount of calls that come in.
Right.
I mean, we manage hundreds of calls a day. So the amount of calls that they get, and it could be for something as simple as a password reset. Do you want to get that at 10 o'clock at night, trying to get somebody in, when we have agents here that can do that? I think that would definitely change their mind, especially like if you're getting so many calls, that's all you're able to do at that point. It's just manage these calls rather than managing the actual location, which is your actual job.
Yeah, we want people to be focused on washing cars, keeping cars clean, and providing the best possible product they can. Let you guys handle the member support.
And how is like a car wash owner or a car wash manager, how are they really keeping members and customers happy if they're just busy answering phones and putting out fires all over the place at all hours of the day?
Right.
So just let us be a middleman. And I think we do a really good job with that. We have a really great team. So.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So I want to shift gears again. And, we talk about members, talk about operators. I want to talk about something that is on everyone's mind right now, and that's AI. Artificial intelligence, not a great Steven Spielberg movie, but a great bit of technology that we're dealing with right now. Great, definitely fascinating and ever evolving. How has AI changed the way that you two work in your day-to-day lives now?
I think, in the background, AI that we're using right now is just, if you call in, it'll say, press 1 to reach billing, press 2 to reach, whatever. And if you really want to listen to those prompts, because if you don't and you just keep hitting 0 because you just want to talk to somebody, you will get through to a live person, but you're getting to the wrong person. So then you're going to have to be put on hold yet again and put through the whole process again. And if you would just listen and hit the correct prompt, you're getting to the person that you really need to talk to. And that also will cause frustration for the member because now they're being put on hold again. And the agents are feeling bad because now they're trying to transfer them. And the AI part of that is really helpful because it really is getting you to who you need to be, getting it hold of, as well as our agents are using AI just as notes in the after work of every call. So that way it helps speed up the process of them finishing up the call, finishing up the notes, but without using that to do their job. It's never going to replace anybody's job, but
that's the key, right?
It's going to help with the after call work, because the last thing you want is to have the agent work 5 or 10 minutes on a call after the call is already done, when we could be moving on to answering the next call.
So there's no more wrap up, as they say in
There's
the
a
call?
little bit of wrap up.
I
but
would
not
say
as much.
The wrap up now, so the whole call with the AI technology we're using, the whole call is being transcribed by the system, and that will automatically generate the after call notes. So instead of like spending X amount of time, like the agent writing up the notes at the end of each, call, it's all right there, and they just need to copy paste.
Edit it, see it, check to see for any errers first, because obviously
AI is not perfect.
It's not perfect.
Always need to verify. Right?
So,
No.
I mean, I think it's not like AI is amazing, but it will never, like Susan said, it will never replace the human touch. It just can't.
So yeah, I mean, there's a real conversation happening in not just our industry, but every industry about AI replacing humans. And, we're already, I think I was telling you guys, like talking to USPS phone support and like getting thrown through these massive loops because there was no human to talk to, right? You guys are on the front lines of this. So you guys really see the value that humans have, especially when augmenting their ability with these AI tools. So like, what's your guys' honest take on the balancing act of human, AI, technology, empathy, right? Like how are we getting to where we're going?
I would say AI is an assist only.
Yeah.
It should never just be like a computer doing the job of a human. The job of a human, you can't replace it with computer.
Right.
And a lot of our calls are people who, and I don't want to say they're of an older generation because that doesn't even matter when it comes to like someone wanting to speak with a human, but like that's really important to a lot of our members and a lot of our VIPs. So,
Well, also think about it this way too. The computers don't understand everything that the customer's saying. Yeah. They understand words, but they don't understand feelings and exactly what the customer is going through at that moment. They hear, "Oh, your car wasn't washed." Okay, well, get another one tomorrow. Like that's what the computer is going to see and hear. Whereas the agent is going to hear, "Okay, your car is still dirty. There's something going on. We'll escalate that. We'll put that through so that way the wash owners know that there's some kind of issue. Maybe take a look at. But let me get you go through again." And we can de-escalate a lot of things that way with the human interaction. Whereas the computer, they don't have that feelings.
Since it's still relatively AI is in the infancy stage, maybe a toddler at this point, but where do you see the benefits to your team?
The AI.
Yeah, other than the notes and that, or, could chat technology do the password resets, things like that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
The small things.
small things that should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lets them concentrate on where they can make a greater impact with the caller when there's a larger issue.
Yeah, because the password reset really takes 2 seconds. We'll reset it for you and then we'll move on.
Yeah,
So
truthfully, a member can reset their own password.
Right.
But it's hard for them to figure out sometimes that they can just send themselves a one-time password.
some people don't understand.
Yeah, some people don't
so,
understand the technology or...
Yeah. But, and like you said, like resetting a password, that's something that AI can do. So we can concentrate on more
pressing issues.
Pressing issues to get through.
Where do you kind of see the next evolution, the next step of AI in your guys' worlds? I mean, obviously we can talk about, AI in general, self-driving cars, automating the power grid,
self-cleaning cars.
Yeah, right.
What do you guys see as the next evolution of AI in car washing or specifically in car wash support?
As to me, it's just assisting the humans always, and I think that's what it's intended for, right? And to think that could replace humans is a little bit scary.
For sure.
I just don't think it could ever get to that point because we rely as humans too much on other humans.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be.
Right.
Yep.
So
that's a great answer. I came up with a good analogy here. Chris, I want to see your take on it.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
If you were talking about support or AI being the assist, right? AI is the Scottie Pippen, but the human agent will always be Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
And
Boy, you
Pippen was
nailed
nothing
that
without
one.
Jordan, right?
Yeah,
You nailed that one.
All right, good. I'm glad.
I like that.
Good job. That was really good.
Sometimes they don't land. I'm glad this
That
one
one
landed.
That landed.
Yeah.
That
No,
Slam
Good
dunk,
one.
maybe?
That was really good.
again,
Slam dunk.
coming from your world,
I did.
living that, and it was the core of what we did in my old job. And I know there's AI out there that can help, and there's parts of it that are probably really good.
Right.
But it's about that. It's handling that one issue.
Yep.
Or that one call or that one VIP line call that can make the difference in a relationship, not only with a member, but from my end in EverWash, more importantly for a car wash customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is value in that. I see that, and I will support human interaction on that on the call center side. It cannot be all chat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you see, but there are times that we put agent recognitions out in Slack with just comments of like how nice the agent was, how like patient they were with getting them through whatever they're needing help with. But you can't get that from AI. And maybe it was just a simple password reset, but that little bit of being nice and listening and having empathy goes a long way.
It does.
That's why I love it when a member, if they've had like a stellar interaction with one of our agents, I love when they reach out. It's more than just like leaving 5 stars. Like if you actually like even write a little blurb and to get that message back to the support team. We love that, and we love to share that type of feedback with our agents.
Yeah.
Because we want them to know, like, you're making an impact, and you really helped this woman who just lost her husband and didn't know how to use the car wash membership. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's calls like that. That's
Yeah.
really,
That's impactful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys are experts at providing that VIP touch, making people feel seen, heard, right? Make them feel like their business is wanted. And because you guys are doing that, there's sometimes could be a disconnect with the car wash operator. What is a piece of advice, each of you, that you would give to a car wash operator on how they can provide that VIP experience on site if they're there on a daily basis?
I think just basically, that first, like Chris was just saying too, that first couple seconds makes a huge difference. Just a smile. How are you? If you notice a customer that pulled up that you've seen before, just say, welcome back, or good to see you again. Make them feel like VIP. Make them feel like you remember them and they want to keep coming back. You want to give them that personal touch rather than just making them feel like a transaction and not just like a numbers or a commission check. Make them feel like they are family and they are here as part of the team. And that's a huge thing for me, I think.
Kate, do you agree?
I agree. Very good, Susan.
Thank you.
I think it's best for a good practice for car wash owners and attendants and managers is to be completely upfront and honest with their customers when they're trying to get them to sign up with EverWash. To be upfront and let them know, oh, we have this promotion for $9.99 to start. After that month, we will renew at the regular price of this package. Right. I feel like a lot of times the whole subscription details isn't really related
Kind of
to the
glossed
customer.
over a little bit.
Yeah, and then that ends up coming back to support and the upset members. I didn't know this was a subscription, or so I think with that honesty, I think that could keep a member to keep coming back instead of canceling. Like this attendant was dishonest with me. Like we get that a lot.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like on the back of the receipt does explain all of that.
Yeah.
But nobody reads the fine print. So being that operator, really explaining that will only take a couple seconds, which could really make the difference of the member staying rather than canceling.
That's why they're called terms and conditions.
That's right.
That's true.
It's a fine print.
It is the fine print.
But just a couple seconds of it's $9.99 for the first month, and then after that it will go up, and it will renew automatically.
So
Easy.
Yes.
I know we're coming towards the end, and we're gonna go off topic. Max is gonna go off topic. Real quick, 15 seconds from each of you. What's the best part about your job?
I love that I can work from home. We have a great team of agents. I have a great team of supervisors, as well as Mark Lindberg, who is my counterpart. And I love EverWash as a whole. Everybody that I have met through the company is just fantastic, and I'm happy here.
Kate?
I'm going to have to echo what Susan said. And I'll have to say, I love working from home. I love that opportunity to be able to continue doing that. But I also really enjoy the people that I work with, and they don't make, logging in for work every day so terrible. We have really dedicated agents and supervisors like Jenny and Oscar and Mark Lindberg. So yeah, I just love the job.
All right. I
Love the shout outs.
love the shout outs. It's important to recognize.
Oh, and Joe Kingston.
Yes, we bother
He's
him all the
support
time.
team too.
Yeah?
Yes.
Kate, are you a sports fan?
Sports fan, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
Certain
cool.
sports, not, yeah.
We're so there's a panel of sports people. Sue, I know you're a lacrosse coach. Mm-hmm. I'm a lacrosse player.
Yes.
Would love to hear about the team you coach and how coaching relates to your job and to support. What are their similarities that you see?
Before you jump in, I don't want you to get in trouble with the AD, but it is a local high school.
Yes.
I don't know if you can say the name.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm just being facetious.
Am I not allowed?
I don't know. Is your AD going to yell at you?
No.
Then go for
No.
it.
Yeah.
There's no whispering on the podcast.
The mics are on.
The mics are
I
on.
know, but I mouthed it, I thought.
You whispered it, but
How about this? How about this? Susan is the head girls lacrosse coach at William Tennant High School in Warminster, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I am. I've been a head coach for since 2017 when the program actually started at Tenet.
Nice.
It's still a program in progress, but the girls are doing fantastic. They show up, they put all the work in. The thing I think works similar with lacrosse, coaching lacrosse, and with the support team is that when you're coaching and you're teaching a play, right? If one girl makes the wrong mistake, the whole play shut down. And it kind of is like training with support. Like if you're training and you miss that one key aspect, that could be something that could, mess them all up.
Right.
And just they miss that really important part that's going to be able to do their job. And without that piece, you kind of set them up to fail. So, I think that's...
Are they going to give you a hard time when they see you on YouTube? The girls?
They already said they're going to look me up, and I said, please don't.
She said she wasn't going to tell them the name of the company she worked for.
We're going to, trust me, we're going to chop this up.
We're going to tweet directly at them.
But I do have to say, they are, not to just because now you guys are scaring me, but they are the best group of girls. I really love coaching. There's been times that I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this anymore because it's a struggle at times, but I just love them. And I do. I go back every year because I have such a great time with them and they're just fun. They're there to have fun. We're not as competitive as some of the area schools, and that's probably because we don't have a feeder program. So that is a big part of it. So we're working on trying to do something about that, but
if anyone in the Warminster area is a youth lacrosse coach, you can reach out to Sue.
Yes, please let me know.
Hey, when I was at Deep Run up in Hilltown, my last 2 years, they started the lacrosse program. It's blossoming now.
Yep.
It's about 12 years now.
My son played for Deep Run Lacrosse.
Yeah,
that was his first.
Very fast-growing sport.
Yeah.
You would and Max is a lacrosse player, but these gentlemen from Long Island came in, brothers, whose names you would probably know that I don't know, but they were famous up there. And they started the lacrosse program at Deep Run.
The Mama's Boys. I know exactly who the Long Island team is. Their team is the Mama's Boys.
I don't know that.
That's a great name.
That's a great name.
That's what they are.
That's awesome.
But I think
Long Island. Hey,
They were
the Mama's
celebrities.
Boys.
I think is that the name of the team?
Yeah, they were like
Oh,
celebrities.
I was a little worried. That was getting cut because I live up that way and I'm not dealing with 3 Italian guys from Long Island.
No, they were incredible kids. They were so talented, all of them.
Yeah, no, they did a nice job. But to your point, somebody needs to step up, and there's a financial aspect to that. And a lot of people in the area stepped up, put the money into it, started the program, and it's doing really well.
Yeah, it is.
Both boys and girls lacrosse.
Kate, I didn't have a sports question for you, but I did have something else near and dear to both of our hearts. So we were chatting at lunch. My first concert, for those of you in the audience, was a little group known as Hanson. Yes, the Mbop Kids.
We love them.
And
Max I love them.
what I just found out is you are what is the term?
A fanson.
A fanson.
A fanson.
She has her Hanson ring. She has her Hanson friendship bracelets. She's like, tell me about a Hanson and your fandom. Where did it start? What's your favorite song? When was the first time you saw them?
We've had this discussion.
So actually, my first Hanson show was back in 1998 for the Albertine tour in Hershey, and that's only because we went to Hershey because we couldn't get tickets to the Philly show because
I was there.
Max took my ticket. I could have been there, but Max was there. So so I reconnected with their music about 15 years ago, and I started going to like shows everywhere.
Have you met them?
Many times.
Really?
Yes.
Are they cool?
Oh, they're amazing. My husband met them in Jamaica this past year.
You saw them.
Or no,
You saw
2025.
Hanson in Jamaica. That's
She's
like
left.
few times.
Wait.
A few times.
I was going to say it's not the only time she's left the
Yes.
United States.
do
to see them.
they like own a club down there? Like, do they just keep getting invited? Like,
It's
what's
like
going on?
No, it's like a Hanson week. It's like a land cruise. They take a cruise, but it's just all
We
Hanson
call
fans.
it, my friends and I call it Hansoncella.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. It's so good.
Any other bands there that we would know?
They had Phantom Planet with them.
Oh, California.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my
OC,
husband
right?
hates that song.
California.
That's a
And then they
VOC.
had Zach Myers from Shinedown. Do you know familiar with
I
Shinedown?
know
I know the
Shinedown.
song that
They
was on
had
the
Zach-
radio.
Come on, texted you to a photo of my car that one time.
I forgot. Yes.
When you
yeah.
told me I needed to dust.
What was their
I
big
did-
song?
Oh, that's
What was
right.
Shine
That turned
Down's big
into the whole
song?
window.
Shinedown's big song. Cut that out. I don't know.
That's all right. It's
Sorry,
okay.
Shinedown.
We'll get it. We promise.
You want Hanson's big song?
Hold on.
Well, here's what I want to do. Ready?
Never
I
Shinedown.
have it right here. Hold on.
I'm a big fan of karaoke. I'm a big fan of acapella.
Me too.
So we're gonna hit a little bop. Okay, we're just gonna do the chorus together. Ready?
Okay.
I'll be right
One,
here.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop, 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 boo, wop, bicka-doo, ba, da, doo, wop, da, da, doo. Oh yeah, oh bop. See, I never actually read the lyrics to that one, so
fine. You had
I
to
don't understand
good
job.
the oh and the yeah and the you know.
It's an easy song.
Can we go back?
So easy, you sing it.
Can we go back to Shine Down, please, now?
Yes. Wait, what
get
was
the
the
song?
song?
Second chance.
Second
Yes.
chance.
There you go.
It is a very good song. So
It
there
is.
was a couple years where there was like
And they
other
do a
musical
great
artists.
version of Simple Man.
I'm actually seeing them with Hanson in Florida in
No way.
October. Yeah, Shinedown with Hanson, and Bush is going to be there too. So
Glycerin.
yeah,
We can just make this a karaoke podcast
Yeah.
if we want.
Next
Like,
time they come
Yeah.
back.
yeah.
Now, Max is the first alternate on my Foo Fighters tickets. I informed him last week on August 9th.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, he loves Queens of the Stone Age, and that's who's opening
like
for
Queens
him.
of the Stone Age
And I'm
a
a
lot.
huge Foo Fighter fan. And Max is the first alternate. And I think there's a really good chance that Max and I will be going to see the Foo Fighters in
Oh my
August.
gosh,
That's
That's
awesome.
going to be so fun. Well, for
fun.
now, I want to knight you.
Oh my
into
God,
the,
my liege.
into the fans, and so like friendship bracelets, like they're a huge thing, and like the music community, because of Taylor Swift and
Let's
all
get a
that.
zoom in here.
So me and
I'm a fansin.
me and all the
Official.
fansons,
That's
we all
official.
do bracelets.
Up top.
So
Don't leave
you're an
them hanging.
official fanson since Hanson was your first show.
I'm in. Well, I got it next
Oh,
time.
and you were a drummer.
And I was a drummer, right? I wanted to be just like Zach.
So-
I had the long hair and everything. I was
No
like,
way.
I'll
I got to
find-
see
I'll
a
find some
picture.
Pictures. Can we post pictures on the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll have by then.
Put a little.
Well, let me
on
know
the
next time
corner.
when they're in the area. I'll
will.
I'll have to sneak out for that.
I told you I'll be hitting you up on Slack with the music.
Hold on, Grace wouldn't want to go to that one?
I think she would. Yeah, I think she would. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
time.
Everyone in our generation, I think, can really
It's so
appreciate
nostalgic,
Hanson.
and it's just like it tugs at your heartstrings.
Absolutely, absolutely.
She went to one with me.
I did get a one.
You know, that stinks that you brought this up for one reason only. I enjoyed the conversation. It stinks. Because I was going to suggest that for our next Subs and Suds
What's that?
concerts.
Oh, first concert.
Yeah.
Well, just hold that thought.
Well, hold that thought.
Hold it.
Hold that
Put a
thought.
pin in it.
Put it back there.
Chris, anything else on your mind here?
No, I just want to thank them both for joining
Absolutely.
us. Great job. We've been trying to get you in for a long time, whether it was here or some of the remote shoots we did. You blew us off last year.
Oh, that wasn't my fault. I could not let my daughter down.
I know, I understand, but
But-
it's great to have you. I'm kind of like on the periphery of your work. I'm in that channel that we get and nothing but positives. And when there's an issue, you take care of it. And, we don't always see eye to eye on how to handle things,
But isn't that the business?
that's the business. But I know you got our backs, and I appreciate that from a commercial end. And I think I can speak for everybody that ever watched it. You guys, the whole team does a great job. So thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you
you.
so
Thank
much
you
for
for your
being here. It
help.
was a lot of fun. Great conversation. We
Yep.
covered a whole lot.
Yeah.
I know.
we ran the gamut.
Could be a
I
separate
know.
episode again.
Could be. All right, guys. Thanks again. Really appreciate it. This
you.
was an awesome conversation. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back on the flip side, we'll be calling up Steve Chill in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, one of our greatest wash partners out there to get a sense on what's working for him at this very busy time of year. So keep it locked here on Members Only, the EverWash podcast. We'll be back right away. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Members Only. Joining us now by phone is Steve Chill in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Steve runs what has become a multi-wash operation, a triple IBA with self-serve bays and a dog wash, a tunnel he picked up when it was in rough shape and turned it around, and most recently a third location, a double IBA. 3 washes, 1 town, and as you'll hear, he's positioned himself so thoroughly that a major competitor who had approval to build down the road actually backed out. Steve has been an EverWash partner since July 2023, and his membership revenue has grown consistently since launching. Oh, and there's another thing I want to talk about. Every year, right before Halloween, Steve transforms his IBA into one of the most talked about haunted car washes in the region. Lines stretching for hours, props that he builds himself out of scraps. With a name like Chill, maybe a haunted car wash was inevitable, right? So, Steve, welcome to Members Only. We're really glad to have you on the show. How you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, doing really good.
Awesome.
Always busy.
Yeah, always. With everything you got on your plate, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get into the membership side of things, just give our listeners a little bit of info on who you are. How'd you end up in the car wash business?
I lived in Orlando for 10 years at Hertz Rent-A-Car. I was a manager at multiple stores. And then as my dad was retiring up here, he's like, what am I supposed to do? And then a friend that owned this, and he was trying to get out of it. And I was like, just invest in this car wash, So he pretty much took his whole retirement and just got into something new. And he's handy at everything. And then, I moved back from Florida and, helped him. Then after 5 years, he's like, I don't really want to do it. So then I just pretty much, bought it off him and just kind of took it to the next level, with, putting in the third automatic and just starting to update equipment, new equipment. He didn't really want to take that step, because
Right.
everything's so expensive nowadays, and that really, took revenues to the next level. So
Wow, you really took a big risk here. That's a pretty big leap.
yeah, it is.
So,
But it all paid off. So.
yeah, I'd say you got 3 locations now. Did you always have it in mind to grow and expand, or did you kind of think it was going to be a one shop in the beginning and kind of keep it at that?
Well, I just thought it would be one at the beginning, and then once I started learning the business more, I just have a think outside of the box mentality. So I was like, well, let me just start buying rundown washes because,
Right.
Washes are, $1 to $2 million at least to build. So once I started seeing other, car washes going downhill, I would just approach them and say, hey, you looking to sell yet, So, I just kind of went that route, and the guy would say no, and then a couple years later, he said, I'm ready to sell. So then I bought that one, and the same happened with the third one, So I just keep positioning myself stronger in the, car wash industry, and that's kind of how it took off.
Awesome.
Hey, Steve, it's Chris. Thank you for joining us. With that mentality and the history about growing from 1 to 3, is there a number 4 on the horizon, maybe?
Actually, we just closed on land 2 days ago.
Right
so
on.
Congratulations.
Round of
we're in
applause.
the process of, this one's kind of like across town. So it's a whole new clientele we're going to be hitting. Some of them are members, but it's far enough away that it's just going to open a whole new avenue of business. And everybody's excited. I mean, when I went into the township over there, they were, everybody's so excited. We want to chill. So it's like, I've built the name up. Whenever I bought it was Easy Clean Car and Van Wash. That's not fun, So I just use my last name, Chills, and everybody wants the chills now. So
That's
cool.
awesome.
And at the one we even built storage units behind it. So like every property, that I get, I just try to maximize everything. Anything you could fit, you get it onto the property. So
Awesome. Let's focus a bit on the membership side of things. Your revenue has grown consistently since you launched membership with EverWash. What do you think has been the biggest driver of that growth?
Well, the biggest driver is you have to have, a diversity of employees. Everybody's not going to be a great salesperson, but the ones that can sell, you got to put those ones up front,
Yeah.
And those people, might not be able to do maintenance, so I'm not going to use them for that. So you just got to position certain people in certain places to help you grow. And like the first 12 months, you just grow. And you'll have people that come and I don't want it. And then after, 3 or 4 times you ask them, they want it, and then they thank you. Like, I've been wasting this money this whole time, and then they understand it, and you just keep growing, So that's just, you just got to keep at it and not be discouraged. And, a good salesperson just fights right through that.
Yeah, and being familiar with yourself and the locations and the work you've done with Sean and Frank, what was the strategic thinking? You explained how you went from 1 to 3, but what was the strategic thinking about expanding that aggressively? You seem to, you're always looking for the next one. What's your thought process behind that?
well, the thought process is, if competition comes in, they're just going to take my business. So if I can just expand before they get there, then they won't have an opportunity for that, because I hear, stories across the country from people, because I'm, in the industry of, this guy built over here and this guy built over here. Well, if you would have built over there first, you might have stopped them both. And that's kind of, I'm so aggressive with it. I just go, if I hear something, like I heard somebody might open one in this other town I'm talking about. I went the next day and bought property. Like, I'm so risky. I'm just going to go for it, because I know that I'm going to be successful. And you have to have that mentality, as an entrepreneur, or else you're not going to succeed,
Yeah, and it's a great segue, though, what you said earlier about competition in the area. And I know there's a story about a competitor who was approved to build in Newcastle, and for the lack of a better phrase, they backed out. And I believe that's directly a result of your success. But what happened there? Is there more to that story?
Well, that was actually a crazy story. I mean, that's a Giant Eagle. They're a big grocery store. They have, wet goes all across the state. Mm-hmm. And I heard they're going to put a huge one in, like, just a block away from me. So I actually went to the meeting and sat right next to, zoning and the rep for them. And, he didn't know who I was. So I sit there, and then they approved it. The next day I called EverWash. I'm like, screw it. Cause I was scared at the time, because something new like that, am I going to lose my cash flow? They were just worried about things, and, you lose it for a couple of months, but it bounces back. All your cash goes back, your credit cards, it just grows the business, because the clients that come in, instead of washing 3 times a year, they're washing, 2 or 3 times a month. It's a different clientele you're getting. Right. And, just going to that meeting and seeing that, and that's what drove me to start EverWash the next day. And then they just backed out even after they got approved. I mean, they had to spend, tens of thousands of dollars on engineers and everything that they had done up to that point,
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was David versus Goliath. Growing up in that area, Steve, we had talked in the past. I don't know if you remember, I grew up on the east side of Pittsburgh. And you said it the perfect way. You said Giant Eagle. It's really Giant Eagle spelled. But I know Steve's from Pittsburgh because he said Giant Eagle.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, I think one of the things that we always talk about at EverWash when we're talking to new wash partners, prospective wash partners, the best way to protect yourself from the competition is through loyalty, and membership is the ultimate loyalty play. When you have a roster of loyal members that are happy with your service, they trust your service. It doesn't matter who's going to try to build up, down the street from you. They're not leaving because they know you and they're happy with you. So it's really awesome to see how you've really embraced the membership model in a way that has really insulated you from any outside threats at this point in your market.
Yeah, and even if a competitor would come in, like I'm ready for because competition is good sometimes. So.
That's right. Awesome. So, we tease it. I can't wait to talk to you about your haunted car wash. So walk us through it. When did you start it? How did this idea happen? Are you a big horror movie fan? You like Halloween? What's the story?
I don't like Halloween, but I love horror movies. Nice. And kind of like COVID hit and, everybody was scared and I would just stand up there because that's before I really had employees. I would just stand there and spray the buttons and, everybody just felt comfortable seeing me because everybody was scared, and then, we're going through summer and I saw like some of the year before in a tunnel had done a haunted car wash. I'm like, oh, let me watch a video. There's a couple people like walking around and I'm like, oh, I can do that like 10 times better than that. So I just, got all my friends and family and we built stuff and got animatronics and, we're running around with chainsaws, riding little motorcycles around. It was just, music blast. And I mean, it was just the craziest thing. And everybody had so much fun with it that we just kind of took off with it.
So for everybody in the Newcastle area, how long does the car wash run during the season? The haunted car wash.
The haunted car wash. Well, during COVID, it was like crazy. So it went 5 weeks, and it went 4 weeks. Now we're down to 3. We're down to 3 weeks. So it's just like 3 nights a week, the last 3 weekends of October. So
that's awesome.
And it's hard. It's just so much on me to because with animatronics, you can't leave them out. So if it rains in the morning, I'm scrambling to set everything up. So that's the stressful part of the haunted, but it's fun. And it's for the kids, and we donate all the proceeds to foundation, so it works out good.
Yeah, there's a big kid sitting next to me, Steve. I think he'd enjoy it.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
I love. I mean, I'm a big horror movie fan too, Steve. What's your favorite horror movie?
Uh, you put me on the spot.
I'll go
there, 'cause
first.
there's
I'll
so
go
many.
first. For me, it's. I mean, it's an
Okay.
easy one. It's the original Halloween. Nothing hits like John Carpenter's original. I watch that movie every single year at the beginning of October, and it never fails to amaze me.
It's just my mind's going blank right now because I watched so many of them.
What's the most
I mean,
recent one you watched?
I watched it the other day.
Nice.
It was on
The Tim Curry one or the new one?
newer one.
Nice. I really like both of those, to be honest. I thought they were really great.
Yeah.
So
I mean, all the horror movies nowadays are so out there that you got to go classic most of the time. 'Cause you never know
100%.
what you're gonna get.
Now it's just
Yeah.
like how much blood can we put on the screen, and it's not about the gore.
Right.
It's about how it makes you feel. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Has the haunted car wash helped directly drive new memberships, like people who come for the event and stay for the service?
Well, it's so crazy and loud at the time that it's hard. We can't really sell memberships there, but
Right.
October used to be our slowest month, and now it's the busiest. And the crazy thing is, we make more money during the day because like grandparents will bring their young kids because it's not scary during the day. It's just stuff and
Right.
it's light out. So those
Right.
are the members. And we've actually made October one of our busiest months because they'll come and I'll be like, oh, just sign up for the whole month and just bring them. And then they just stay as members. And you see them bringing their grandkids like every day, you know? So like, I didn't think that I thought the night when we're haunting is going to be the moneymaker, but really it's those people that come during the day. I mean, it's totally backwards of what I expected. So
Would you recommend haunted car washes to other wash operators out there, or do you think it's not for the faint of heart?
no, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend 2 weekends because as an owner, everything's on you because you want it to be perfect, you know?
Right.
And if other, the animatronics are expensive. So if you see a young kid helping you grabbing an animatronic, $300 animatronic carrying it sideways and the head falls off, it doesn't make you very happy,
That's awesome.
again, pop, again. That's perfect.
I guess. Yeah. It's the 6th one this year, please.
Yeah. Hey, not to bring us down off of haunted houses, but you mentioned something earlier about your staff and the diversity you bring to it, and that leads right into your culture. So, what does a strong culture look like to you, your wash? What's your goal from that aspect of everyone from the prep team to whoever, maintenance, your whole staff, and like you said, everyone can't sell, but everyone's a salesman almost.
Yeah, I just try to bring in people who are friends, family, friends of friends, and I say, listen, God comes first, family, then all this. And I say, I will make you succeed. I will help you. Just listen to me, and I will help you invest in stuff. So, like, not only do they do car wash stuff, I'm like, save up X amount, let's buy a house, and I've had, 5 or 6 people that work for me just save up the amount of money. I said, we buy a house, fix it up, flip it. So, like, it's not just a car wash business, like we're entrepreneurs, and I'm building, younger entrepreneurs and pulling them along with me, and they might not have the outside the box risk taking mentality I have, but they're grasping little pieces of that, and they're seeing that, what I do is what they want to do. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do,
On the job training.
Right.
Yeah. And being in my mid 40s, if I could teach them to do it, in 10 years from now, they can run all this. They can have all this. I tell them, I'm like, I don't want to have all this in 10 years. This is for you guys. So that's pretty much the culture I run. And they all believe in me. I mean,
Right.
we're in the storage units. Like, I'm there in December, 28 degrees, finishing putting the roofs on so we can finish them. And they saw me do it. So they just, we got to stay up. They understand, so that's just the type of, business owner I am.
So from an alignment standpoint, it seems like, and that's great to hear that you have the staff aligned for more than outside of the operation itself at the car wash. But what's your advice to multi-location owners, operators? How do you get that team to be rowing all in the same direction?
I mean, every person is different. So you just have to really, like Larry, this guy that works with me, number one salesperson, sold thousands of memberships. He was always said, "Well, I can't fix anything." So you have to just tell him, "I don't want you to fix anything. You're the beast," you know.
Stay in
And
your
then my
lane.
nephew John, who is real quiet and timid and the best customer service and can fix anything, was like, "I don't know, like I can't." In a sad voice, "I can't sell." I'm like, "I don't want like." Don't worry about that. Just sell what you can and do everything else because you're perfect here. You just have to, motivate people in a way that, whatever you're good at, that's it. We'll work on the rest, and that's just how we kind of get through it,
Yeah, I speak frequently to Sean and Frank, and your name comes up, so I see your success, and just glad we had a hand in it, and we help you, and you've been a valuable partner to our team, and we want to continue to help you grow at location number 4.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate you guys too.
Yeah, it's we had Sean do a segment on the show a little bit earlier before we chatted with you, and one of the things he talks about is approaching your car wash like a sports GM and building your team, building your roster, and really it seems like you take that approach. Why play your best running back as your middle linebacker when the guy can't hit anybody, but he can run the ball? You're putting people in the right position to succeed, and it's also awesome just to see how you are investing in people and not just in your equipment, in real estate, in more locations. You're really investing in people helps the investment in more locations come, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I tell everybody that's around me, like today I was talking to a younger kid. I was like, every time you swipe a credit card, every time you put a bill in, just bring up EverWash. I know you're new, just bring it up. You'll get $5. You'll learn, and the more you do it, the more you're going to sign up. And we're opening a new location. That might be your location. Like, we're just going to keep growing as a team. So the more you learn and the more you do, you're going to be great, So you just got to motivate people in a way that they feel good, because a lot of companies just beat people down. This is the first, company really that everybody's happy, customers. You might have one of the 500 customers that aren't happy, but everybody's happy that comes in,
Awesome.
So it's an easy thing,
We just got a couple more for you, Steve.
Yeah.
First one here is what's one thing you'd wish you knew before you launched membership at your car wash? Is something you know now that had you known it on day one, we might be talking about location 5 or 6.
From day one, I started them all at different times. I would have just started all 3 at the same time.
Right.
And then I would have done more we gradually over 12 months just go. I would have done more free car wash days, more discounts, and a lot of, new car washes you guys probably trying to put on. You probably go through it well, I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, do it as much as you can because you just need to get cars in front of you and have good salespeople to sell them, because the quicker you get to, 1,000 members, 2,000, 3,000 members, the quicker, you're going to make more money, because that's residual income. It rains, that money's still getting deposited, and, it makes me as an owner smile, and I know it makes you guys smile,
Chris, it's almost like Steve read the EverWash playbook on membership success. It's like he
know-
knows exactly what he should be doing.
I'm pretty sure he read the membership. He read the playbook on Free Wash Day.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And on my free wash days, I'll get 50 shirts made, chill and put EverWash on them.
Yeah.
Give those away to people. We do air fresheners. Just invest because it's a very minimal amount of money you have to spend to get these people there. And, they will sign up if you get them there, so you just have to get them there. That's the goal.
Awesome. Hey, so Sean was giving me, kind of like the high level details on you, Steve. We like to do our research before we call people onto the show. And one of the things he mentioned was that he introduced mushroom toast to you and that you now enjoy it. You're an avid enjoyer of mushroom toast. What is mushroom toast and why do you like it so much?
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to Edward's restaurant because that's my go-to, even if we're eating in or she says, go get food, I go there.
Right
so
on.
Sean came into town, when I first met him, and I said, let's go to Edward's. and he gets these drunken mushrooms. I'm like, what the hell is a drunken mushroom, you know? And I tried it. It was like all this bread and mushrooms, and it was amazing. So like I've got it many times since then, and I love drunken mushrooms now.
There you go.
Thank you, son. Yeah.
They don't put French fries.
If you haven't tried drunken mushrooms, try them out.
All right. I think he convinced me.
Yeah.
I got to make it over to your end of the state.
Yeah. You're always welcome.
Awesome. Hey, any words of wisdom for car wash operators listening to this podcast and considering EverWash? Like, what would you tell someone who's thinking about it, maybe on the fence? We're about to go to the car wash show in Nashville, in the beginning of May. We're going to be talking to a lot of people with questions. What's something you would tell someone who's on the fence?
I mean, membership is the future, and EverWash is, I've researched everything. It's the easiest way to do it, where me as an owner doesn't have to deal with anything. EverWash does all the back end work for you, and if you're scared about it, there's nothing to be scared about. If you're going to be lazy and not try to actually sign people up, then it's not going to work. But if you actually put in the work and stand there and talk to your customers, they will sign up, and you will have exponential growth, and it's life changing numbers you're going to have if you just follow the EverWash plans. And EverWash gives you all the information you need to get there. You just have to follow the blueprint. So. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, Steve, 2 years in, 3 locations, haunted car wash that shuts down the town. If you had to sum up what this ride has meant to you and has been for you in one thought, what would you say?
Ooh, that's a good one. Calculated risk, because these are all risks, but they're calculated. So they're really not risks in my eyes,
Right.
So, that's how I would describe it.
Awesome. Well, Steve, this was a fantastic conversation. I mean, seriously, you're one of our best operators out there since you've joined the platform, and you've been one of the best guests on our show. So really appreciate you coming in, calling in. Congrats on everything you've built, man. I mean, this is an awesome story, and hopefully we can get you back on in a few months to talk about location 4, 5, 6, 7, however many you want to put on.
Yep. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Appreciate the partnership, and looking forward to helping you get to that next level.
All right. Well, thank you both. I appreciate it. God bless you, and you have a good day.
You have a great night now. Take care.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Just a solid individual. That I can sum it up in one sentence. Easy to work with, brings great suggestions, is a great champion and supporter of EverWash. We've used them in, for some of those operators who were still thinking about how to go forward. He's been it's been a great partnership, and that honestly, that's the first time I heard about location number 4.
Yeah,
I'm excited about
breaking news right here on the pod.
Breaking news. Welcome back to Members Only. On the last episode, Max promised me let me intro a segment. Well, here we are. Now we're at the Suds and Suds. We're going to spend a few minutes talking about anything comes to mind, whether it's car wash or sports, as we've hit several times in this show. As you see, Max and I are outfitted. We have the Turnpike rivalry going on right now in round of the playoffs. So we're going to talk a little NHL playoffs, which is my favorite time of the year. A little tidbit about the NHL playoffs. My email is never as caught up as it is during the first 2 rounds of the NHL playoffs. I have a system. I do 5 to 7 emails a period on every game I watch. While I'm watching it, not the Pittsburgh games, but if I'm watching Colorado or whoever, the Kings, I get my laptop out, do 5, 7 emails a period.
Dude, that's a great way of doing it.
Same thing with the NBA playoffs.
It keeps work fun.
Yeah, it does. And it keeps my attention as I'm trying to watch these 10:30 games at my advanced age.
The late games are tough. Games are tough.
So we want to spend some time today talking about this series. We're both very passionate. On the team meeting yesterday, again, for those of you who don't know, we're recording on the 22nd. Flyers are up 2-0 on my Penguins. Beat them twice in Pittsburgh. Not happy. But as I get older, I appreciate it more. And I think we've both overachieved this year. We didn't think we'd be sitting here talking about the playoffs at all back in December, January when we started the podcast.
Not at all.
So what are your thoughts on the first 2 games?
Well, first off, I couldn't be more proud of my Flyboys. We're playing with house money right now. We were one of the worst teams in the NHL in January. Something happened at the Olympic break, and everyone, came back with a fire under their butts, and they've been kicking everyone's ass ever since. We're one of the strongest teams on the ice post Olympics, and we rode that in. And the beautiful thing about the NHL playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs, is if you're hot going in, you got a real chance to win. Anyone has a real chance to win if you're in the playoffs. And it's truly the one sports league where I think parity is really there. It's not like, in baseball, obviously you can spend your way into a World Series, as we've seen with the Dodgers. Right. In the NFL, it's been the Chiefs or the Patriots in the AFC Championship game for like every single year for like the last 15 years or something crazy.
11.
Oh, there you go. You saw that. You saw the meme online as well. Mm-hmm. So like, it's and then don't even get us started in the NBA, where we had LeBron versus Steph Curry for the better part of a decade.
Right.
So it's really exciting that anyone has a shot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Maybe not the Pens anymore at this point.
Whoa. But
we'll see. We'll see.
You were on the call yesterday with myself and 10 other Flyers fans. So I've had a rough couple of days at work, but like Bob Johnson, the former Penguins coach, it's the first of 4.
It is. It's a long series. Anything can happen.
And home ice advantage in hockey means less than any other sport.
Plus, the advantage that the Pens have is experience.
Yeah,
you got 3 guys that have been there many times before.
But
4 guys if you add Carlson.
Yes, and not sure experience has dictated any success in the first 6 periods of this series. So have my hopes up. Just to let you know, Max, the last time I had this 1993 Penguins Mario Lemieux jersey, shout out to Mario, Game 4 against Boston in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, we scored 2 goals in 4 games in that series.
That's tough.
And there's, as much as it pains me to say this, and my friends at home know how big of a Penguins fan I am, there's a lot of similarities in this series and that series, and I hold out hope, but like you said, Flyers are riding the hot hand right now. It's hard to argue.
Yeah, Dan Vladar is playing like a man possessed right now. Mm-hmm. That's our goalie who we brought on. There was no expectation for the guy, and he's been arguably the best tender in the league.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
and I might get some feedback or flack for saying this, but there are a lot of Philadelphia Flyers fans who, after the Flyers lose, if they should lose or have lost in the playoffs, that just don't care anymore about the hockey playoffs.
You're talking about bandwagon.
Yes.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of fair weather fans in every city. It's not just a Philadelphia thing. Mm-hmm. Here's what I will say. I've grown up during 2 different stretches of awesome Flyers hockey. And when they are consistent, the city is different. People do really get on board. Mm-hmm. It's up to the general manager and the team president to keep this consistent level of success up, to make sure that you don't lose these fans that are hopping on. Because the exciting thing is, it's a young team. Mm-hmm. You got your Porter Martone, you got your Matvei Michkov, you got your Owen Tippett, right? You got all these guys that are coming up who they're going to be your core for many years to come. So my pitch to all my fellow Philadelphians out there who are wearing the burnt orange and black and I guess in this case white during the series, don't put the sweater in the closet. We're playing with house money right now. I'm not expecting a cup victory, but we're going to be contenders for a little while to come. So stay tuned, folks.
So it's like if they had that trending arrow.
Yes.
The Flyers are trending up, and Pittsburgh might not be trending up.
I'd say it's pretty safe to say that.
Will you stop watching hockey though if they lose?
No, I love the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I know you're like a super fan.
It is truly like one of the best sporting events you can watch.
Right. Okay. The big question now.
Yeah.
What's the next jersey? You're wearing a Konechny jersey.
Yeah. So this is my Travis Konechny jersey. I got this before. Where's the patch? The Stadium Series that we played a few years ago. I went with our coworker Mark Leventhal to see them get spanked by the Devils at MetLife Stadium in the freezing cold. Awesome experience, terrible game. Jersey's awesome. Back at home, I do have my Bernie Parent, my throwback jersey. Shout out Bernie, R.I.P. I would say my next one has to be the Porter Martone. 19-year-old kid, signed him this year to a rookie contract. Didn't expect him to even come up. He did graduate. He finished his season at Michigan State, was arguably the top college player of the year. Came right on board, and he's scored a point in damn near every game he's played in. So Porter's my guy. He's my fellow Paisan. So would love to rock the Martone on the back of the jersey for many years to come.
Quick transition, and we could talk hockey all night. I'm pretty sure, and if we keep going, we may throw some punches here.
I was saying we're not dropping the gloves. I thought that's what the people wanted.
It could happen soon. Relax. Give me till Saturday. What about Sixers? We're both Sixers fans.
Yes.
I always have been. Growing up in Pittsburgh, they were always my team. Dr. J. Surprising win last night at the Garden in Boston.
Shocking win.
Yeah.
Huge win. I mean, the young guards have shown up to play for non-basketball fans who aren't as plugged in. The 76ers' best player, a gentleman by the name of Joel Embiid, we call him the process over here, always finds a way to get the most random, terrible injury right before the playoffs. And the man has broken his face twice. He's had meniscus issues, back issues. He suffered from Bell's palsy a few years ago where half his face was paralyzed, unrelated to the broken orbital fracture. A couple weeks ago, literally, we're in the last week of the regular season. We're about to play Houston. Joel Embiid out with undisclosed sickness. Undisclosed sickness. What could it be? It can't be sick for more than a couple days, right? He'll be fine. Appendicitis, emergency appendectomy. I can relate. I had an emergency appendectomy my freshman year of college. I was out of physical activity for 6 months. They're saying Embiid could be 4 to 6 weeks.
They said when it happened, when you walked in my office and you had your phone and you go, please tell me this is not real. I'm like, well, I had no idea. I looked it up. It's real. The last 2 NBA players that had it in season, 5 weeks each.
5 weeks. So we need to pull off a bit of a miracle against the Celtics to even hope for a chance to smell Embiid in the playoffs.
Is there a chance, in your opinion?
Look, you talked to me after game 1, I would say no, there's no chance. The Celtics are too deep. They do everything that we do poorly very well. The matchups were not there for us. Then you look at game 2, and the 3 ball was landing for us, and it wasn't for the Celtics. And in today's NBA, for better or for worse, you live or die by the 3.
Right.
So when we're talking hot hands, hopefully Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, who I believe was the rookie of the year. Sorry, Cooper Flagg and Connie Knuppel. VJ Edgecombe is the real deal.
Cooper Flagg won that award before they even opened the NBA season.
100%. So if the young guards can keep it up and we get solid contributions from the vets like Paul George, Kelly Oubre, maybe get some good bench minutes from Grimes, who has been a little quiet so far this series. Look, I'm not saying we can beat the Celtics, but we can at least make it an interesting series.
All right, before we wrap up, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
This will not be decided, so you have a chance to change your mind next month.
All right.
Who's taking home the Stanley Cup?
Screw it. Go Flyers. Go Flyers.
I'm going to wish it into existence until it happens. It's going to be the Dallas Stars. I don't know what it is. They are always been my second favorite. Maybe it's the green and black.
It's a good color combo. Good color combo.
I don't know how they don't win.
We'll touch base in the next month's episode for sure, and we'll give everyone an update of what we're feeling.
Same question in the NBA.
Spurs.
I agree.
Wembanyama, he evolved this year. He took the next step, and even though they won last year, I've never been a huge fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not because I dislike the players. I think they're fine. I think that there's no true generational talent on that team. Wembanyama is Godzilla.
And
he is a freak of nature.
I agree. He's taken a massive step forward this year. Ever since the Olympics.
Yep.
I don't see anybody beating Spurs.
So that's I am much more willing to put my money on them than because again it's
the Flyers.
I'll give you that, but it's the parody of the NHL. We can say Dallas has been pretty good all year, but anything can happen this time of year.
You can ride a hot goaltender a long way in the playoffs.
That's true. That's true.
To wrap up Suds and Suds, remember before we go, remember Max earlier? Speaking about our new email and our new phone number, if you're an operator, an owner, or prospect, or anyone in the car wash industry, give us a call at our line. And again, this will be the fourth reference on a phone number today. Give us a call at 215-259-8048. Leave your questions or email us at podcast@everwash.com. We'll be back to wrap everything up in just a second.
All right, everybody. Well, that is a wrap on episode 4 of Members Only. Chris, we got another one on the books. How you feel?
Another one. When do I get my SAG card?
I gotta call the nanny.
Okay.
Isn't she the
Fran
president?
Drescher, yes.
Fran Drescher's the president of SAG. We gotta call her up. Huge thanks to Sue Lorenzen and Kate Lorenzen for joining us in studio today. I hope everyone really learned about the power that member support can really bring to your car wash operation. Huge thanks to Steve Chill for calling in. That was another awesome, insightful wash partner conversation. Really looking forward to tracking his success moving forward. Chris just mentioned the phone line and the email, so I won't belabor that point, but I will belabor the point of following and subscribing wherever you watch this podcast or listen to this podcast, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Give us that like and subscribe, smash that bell, get alerted anytime that we not only post new episodes of the podcast, but new clips, new training videos from Sean, new data drips from Jane. We're always updating our content to make sure you are informed and prepared to excel at membership. So without further ado, we'll see everybody at the Car Wash Show, booth 1155.
See you in Nashville, Max.
See you in Nashville. And for everyone else watching, thanks for your time. And we'll see you next time on Members Only, the EverWash podcast.